Hello, my name is Steve Bigelow with the Candlestick Forum. The market continues to stay above the T-line, which is providing some good trade setups in very strong sectors. So obviously the T-line rule is in effect. Ever since we saw the big bullish left-right combo and a close above the T-line, the assumption was that we were in an uptrend. That continued into Friday's trading, where we could see the Dow came right smack dab to the level where everybody was watching the 50-day moving average. Once again, I want to point out some of the intricacies of candlestick analysis. Notice this is not a signal. This is why the probabilities of this trend being a trend reversal is greatly minimized, because the Japanese rice traders had 400 years to tell us that if this was a signal, they would have told us what it was and what the results would be. This is a signal. This is your left-right combo, bullish engulfing signal closing above the T-line. That is where there's definite indications there's a bullish reversal. So now that we've reached the first target, what should we do? That was also being illustrated over here in the NASDAQ. We had a bullish left-right combo, still just below this little trend line. So what we want to see is that the NASDAQ can get through this level, the positive trading taking the Dow up through the 50. Otherwise, if we see things open weak on Monday, it's a good indication that the 50-day moving average on the Dow's acting as a resistance level, and the NASDAQ couldn't get through this area. So this still allows you to have both long and short positions in your portfolio. This week, the mining stocks and the steel stocks were acting strong. Remember last week, we said watch the oil stocks because they are all forming J-hook patterns, which now has broken out. Our recommendation on EOG is good. Take a look at ExxonMobil, Schlumberger, Halliburton, Apache, and we recommended NOV on Friday, doing the same type of pattern. And notice what the pattern is. There's your resistance level. There's your J-hook pattern, starting with a bullish flutter kicker signal, followed by a doji sandwich. So you add all that together, your J-hook pattern is starting with a very strong candlestick signal, the trend kicker signal, and breaking out through this level, basically telling us wave 3 is in progress. The steel stocks broke out this week. Steel Dynamics, notice that it broke out through this resistance level after kind of a big fry pan bottom. Even if you don't want to call it a fry pan bottom, notice your cradle pattern. Big down day, indecisive trading, big up day. There's your headboard. There's your bed. There's your footboard. The cradle hanging down between two trends. Strong uptrend. And what was a significant factor confirming the cradle pattern? They could never close it back below the T-line. And the mining stocks are coming on strong. We've put out a recommendation on LTHM. Notice the bullish engulfing right off the 200. Bullish confirmation up through the T-line. If they can get through the 50, expect wave 1, wave 2, going into wave 3. Take a look at these. They're all mining stocks, also with good, strong charts. So what we're going to be working on this coming weekend, October 29th, we're going to be doing a full-day session on the best option strategies or the best option setups for corresponding with the best candlestick trends or price moves. Netflix, as you saw, did a trend kicker through this resistance level. What do we expect? A 45-degree. Now we can figure out what would be the best option strategy, because our expectation of a 45-degree is that it stays in this uptrend or this trajectory as long as you stay above the T line. So there's still some very strong, high probability trade setups in the strong sectors. Fro in your shipping sector, doing a J-hook pattern. And where is the J-hook pattern supporting? Right off the 50 and the T line. If this starts trading positive, what's the expectation? Wave 1, wave 2, going into wave 3. Another high probability trade setup. The energy stocks are still acting strong. Now we've got a bobble breakout, which is a more defined J-hook pattern, breaking out through the 50 where everybody's watching. And notice it also had a trend kicker signal. It used the 50 as support. The implications are wave 3 is now in progress. These are all very high probability trade setups that we can visually identify using candlestick signals and patterns, knowing that the probabilities are what we expect coming out of these patterns. Same thing on the downside. This is why I was saying you can still have some good short positions on in an uptrending market. We've recommended AMPS. You can see the bearish J-hook pattern failing right at the 50, giving you what we call a blue ice failure. My late friend Dave Elliott of Wall Street Teachers described it as somebody falling through the ice. They try to come up and find the hole they fell through. They can't find it. They drown. They're going to the bottom of the pond. If this opens lower tomorrow, essentially you've got a bearish doji sandwich with the prospects of it immediately heading to this level. Same scenario here on Kraft Heinz. Bearish engulfing in the overbought area. A bearish engulfing that closed back below the 50 and the T line. Yesterday or Friday was a doji. If it opens lower, what do we expect? A bearish doji sandwich implying wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. So what we'll be analyzing next Saturday is just what would be the most simplest and a high maximum profitability option strategy from this point. You don't have to learn all sorts of difficult option strategies. Using simple strategies, using puts or put spreads or combinations of those just gets you in high probability, high profit trades. So that's October 29th. This is where we're going to kind of study what option strategies would you be doing here, or when the market's trading here, here, or here. Now what would you do? So these are the things that a lot of people don't take into consideration. What are the strategies that can maximize your profits based upon how the markets react from this level? Join us. It's scheduled for 10 a.m. on Saturday to 2 o'clock. But as past experience has shown us, we'll be lucky to get out before 3 or 4 o'clock. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.